Hi everyone. Yesterday we had two bit one-sided matches. Some good batting we had seen yesterday by Butler, by Mayank Agarwal. We had two games. First game was between Rajasthan Royals and Sunrisers Hyderabad. The troubled Sunrisers Hyderabad. Everyone was waiting to see how they shape up in the first match after Warner was sacked from captaincy. Ken Williamson's first match as captain this season. He'll be remaining as captain for the rest of this IPL. But it didn't pan out very well for Williamson at all. And I don't know why Sunrisers keep chasing after winning the toss. They are not at all a good chasing side. We have seen it even during the best years in IPL. Sunrisers has never been a great chasing side. They have always set targets and their bowlers have defended targets. Maybe because of the bowling attack not performing to that level, they are not getting that confidence to defend targets. But at the same time, I think their batting doesn't have the firepower to chase anything above 160, 170. So that's what happened today. Rajasthan Royal was sent into bat first. Jos Buttler batted very well. He was struggling initially a little bit, but once he started to get his timing right, he really went after the Rajasthan bowling attack. He played brutal. It was brutal stroke play from him. Big long sixes, straight hits. Those swats of the back foot, he was going deep inside the crease and was hitting those swats of the back foot towards mid wicket. Those half pull shots, short arm jabs, the typical Butler shots, and then those long shots down the ground or the offside. He was really batting beautifully. He was using his feet. He was going deep inside his crease and playing his strokes to handle the slower bowling. It was a brilliant innings from Jos Buttler. He was though Jaiswal got out early yesterday after playing some good shots of Rashid Khan. Rashid Khan only dismissed him. After that, Sanju Samson played a second fiddle to Buttler. Samson was anchoring the innings, 48 runs of 33 balls, a good innings, but it was Josh Buttler's show. Totally, it was a Josh Buttler's show as he totally decimated the Sunrisers bowling attack to score 124 runs of 64 balls. What an astounding strike rate, almost 200 strike rate, and Rajasthan Royals got up to 220 just because of that partnership of 150 runs between Butler and Samson. Of course, at the end, Rian Parag and David Miller hit a few mighty blows, which helped the innings to reach 220. And it was totally beyond Sunrisers' reach. It was at the half time only, it was pretty clear that one team is going to win the match. In the second half, it spanned out just as it was expected. The only player who could have chased down this total for Sunrisers was Johnny Bairstow, because Warner was not in the team. He was dropped in from the captain. He was sacked from the captaincy and dropped from the team, and Mohammad Nabi played in his place. And Nabi bowled badly. He went for 21 runs in his only over, and then when the chance came to bat, he hit a few lusty blows and then got out quickly. So it was a small cameo which is not going to take the team anywhere. So Warner's drop from the team hasn't worked. They should have rather played a holder for Nabi. They should have replaced Warner with Holder. That would have been a better option, and Holder was a very quality fast bowler as well as a very good lower order batsman. So that how happened. The Sunrisers, when they chased, Johnny Bairstow was the one who could have had he stayed long with his brutal hitting, he could have done the chase. We could have made a big challenge, posed a big challenge to the Rajasthan Royals attack. And as it is, the Rajasthan Royals bowling attack is not a very strong, not a very penetrative bowling attack. So Sunrisers missed a chance there. Jos Buttler got out, Johnny Bairstow got out after making 30 runs. Manish Pandey was also shaping up well as he was playing as an opener yesterday. He got 31, but then he also couldn't last long. There was someone who when a team is chasing 200 odd, someone needs to stay there for long. But that did not happen. Williamson got out for 20, run about 20, and the rest of the batting just simply caved in, because it was always expected the Sunrisers is not going to chase. There were a few cameos here and there that took the team to the target, to the total nowhere, and Sunrisers lost miserably by 55 runs. Poor net run rate goes poorer, and more importantly, another loss. They have played 7 matches, 6 losses, and I think they are now effectively out of the of the IPL 2021. Those they still have a mathematical chance, maybe, but that depends on what if cases. So that was Rajasthan Royal versus Sunrisers. The next match was played between Delhi and Punjab. Very another one-sided match. Punjab lost the services of KL Rahul, maybe for a few matches now, because Rahul developed a pain in the abdomen and it was diagnosed as appendicitis and issue, and so he'll be operated upon. Hopefully he will get well and come back later on in the tournament, but at the moment the Punjab Kings will have to do without him. Mayank Agarwal led the side in his absence, and when Punjab batted first, Mayank Agarwal played a wonderful innings of 99, not out. Unfortunately he couldn't get his 100, but it was a great innings. He batted through the innings, he scored runs beautifully, he scored shots were really superb. I mean, he stroked the ball all around the wicket. He's got stroke play, he's got strokes all around the ground, so you cannot just bowl one area to him. I mean, he can play a lot of strokes. Beautiful player to watch, and when he's on song, and he was really hitting the ball beautifully. It was a one-sided, it was a simply a single-handed knock which he played, because Punjab opened with Prabhsimran Singh. I don't know why. There was Chris Gayle, there was David Malan, who was playing for Puran, by the way, but nobody was asked to open. It was Prabhsimran Singh, the young, inexperienced Indian, who opened with Mayank. He just didn't get many runs, 16 runs, and then Gayle came in. He didn't last very long. Malan lasted for a while. He got 26 runs. He was shaping up nicely till Akshar Patel got him out, and it was at the end it was only Mayank Agarwal who just took the team to 166 run target, which was pretty inadequate against the Delhi batting lineup. And on a good pitch, I think at least 20-25 runs short, Punjab fell in their innings. And Delhi Capitals batted. They went hammer and tongs in the power play. Prithvi Shaw and Dhawan went after the bowling 63 runs in the power play till Harpreet Brar got into the first over, and the very first ball he got out Prithvi Shaw to a beautiful delivery which swerved, got pitched and spun away to beat the defensive stroke. Outside edge of the bat was missed and hit the off stump. It was a beautiful, a classical leg spinner's dismissal for Harpreet Brar. Prithvi Shaw got out for 39. He was really hitting the ball beautifully till that time. And then, of course, Shikhar Dhawan played the anchor role. He just saw through the innings with 69 not out, helped by Steve Smith's 24, Rishabh Pant's 14, and then some big blows by Hetmar at the end. It was a pretty easy win for Punjab at the end by 7 wickets, and that means win for Delhi, not for Punjab. Punjab lost the match, and therefore now they are once again have a difficult situation once again for reaching the playoffs. They are winning a match and losing a match. They are not putting up a consistent run of several wins. That's what they need to do now in order to have a go at the playoffs, because Mumbai has already started their winning ways, and it's going to be very difficult if Punjab doesn't win most of their matches from here on. It's already playoff chances have taken a blow in this match. So that's how it is. Sunrisers and Delhi winning their matches yesterday, and today we have a very important match between KKR and RCB. RCB has slightly the momentum has taken a hit in the last 3 matches. They have lost to Chennai miserably. They had lost to Punjab miserably, and they won by the skin of their teeth against Delhi by just 1 run. So last 3 matches has been RCB has been having a bit of a rough run. The batting is still very good. Their bowling is doing well overall, but then there are certain areas they are missing out. Harshal Patel has gone for some runs in the last match, so there are certain areas for RCB to just have to worry about a little bit, though they are pretty much settled for a playoffs berth. But at the moment, if they start to lose matches, then that will be very difficult for them. It will get very difficult for them even if they go into the playoffs. So it will be RCB will have to see to come back into the winning ways, and no better team than to do it than against KKR, who looks totally out of sorts. The team is not gelling. There is no motivation. It seems there is body language is poor. The team is not playing well together. There have been just scattered individual performances, but the team is not gelling at all. Brendan McCullum has blasted the openers in one of his recent press conferences. He's very unhappy with the way the openers are playing, and indeed the openers are playing very poorly. Nitish Rana not getting runs of late. Shubman Gill can't accelerate well enough and doesn't have that firepower. Rahul Tripathi is inconsistent. Maybe they should think about bringing in Karun Nair to have some stability in the batting, and they should try and get Morgan or somebody up the order. Maybe now play Rocky Ferguson for Sunil Narayan, who has done nothing much in this IPL so far. So Lockie Ferguson should come in this team to bluster up the bowling attack, which has got Pat Cummins and Prasidh Krishna. A little bit areas, both areas have needs attention. KKR bowling has been inconsistent. The batting has been totally out of sorts. They really need to pull up their socks big time to beat RCB. Even with RCB slipping from their pedestal a little bit, KKR seems to be still struggling, and unless they come up with a real inspiring performances, it will be like Sunrisers, it will be getting very difficult for KKR from here on, because it seems that as if at this point of time both Sunrisers and KKR are vying for the 7th and 8th spot of the league table. That's how it is. Let's see how it goes. Please like and subscribe my channel and give comments. Thank you.